Well done. I'm completely lost. Mace. The Ledger family. I haven't heard much about them, but they are a somewhat secretive family. Most adventurers aren't aware of them unless they have some sort of personal connections. But the staff at Adventures Guild are taught quickly. There are to be no conflicts with the family. For generations, Maltlot has had an iron grip over the guild master for this very purpose. This is a direct request from the Ledger family. Simply put, it is impossible to decline this request. Well, I wasn't going to decline it, but... And the reward is quite high. I will proceed with the request. Yes, of course. Please come this way. That being said, magic item. Acacia maps. To think I would have trouble getting into the mansion itself. Would you like to take a quick rest? Is there no other way in? Unfortunately, no, there may be, but I'm not aware of it. How long should it take? It depends. The path changes frequently, so the time it would take is especially hard to say. I wish I was a little bit wiser with my decision, but because of that I'm able to work here, so I believe that good things can happen if you live diligently. Good things can happen if you live diligently? You say some pretty good things. If I have one piece of advice, it's that you can't rely on the sun. I wish you luck. Of course, there were a lot of other challengers, other than me. However, most of them gave up after running in to conquer the maze. It was said that once you had given up completely, the bushes would move to reveal a singular path to the entrance, where we're at right now. So why not challenge it without stressing too much while taking some rest? Did you end up reaching the end? Yes, though it was a complete coincidence. I don't feel like I could do it again. As promised, I ended up receiving a magic tool from the hand of the Ledger family, but as I had just lost my job, I don't need a magic tool, so I would like you to employ me, I said. I see, and so here you are now. Yes. If you don't mind me asking, why did you lose your job? I defied a superior orders. This is amazing. The hedge maze is covering most of the mansion. To think that such a large area is being managed by the power of a magic tool. It is most likely a labyrinth item that Lorraine mentioned some time ago. There are two rough categories of magic tools. Labyrinth items found in dungeons and all others. The later refers to items created by people that imitate labyrinth items. Those that are created as imitations tend to be mechanically more basic. Common magic tools such as light are a thin example of this. Conversely, labyrinth items are mechanically more complex and hard to imitate, one of a kind treasure. The robe that you are wearing and Acacia's map are a good example of this. However, items that are special like your mask are still cheap if the demand is low. After all, no one wants a mask that you can't take off once you put it on. That's a magic tool that I made. If you pass mana through it, it is possible to walk on water. Even if it isn't a labyrinth item magic tool made by a relatively advanced engineer, merchants still have a high value. I'm not a millionaire, but it's still sufficient for my research. We went off track, but anyways, labyrinth items are full of special effects and complex mechanisms. The most exciting part of being a researcher is to uncover new wisdom from the analysis of these items. So tell me, if you ever have time to spare, I would like to use the items you have for research. If that time ever comes. But suppose that this gun is managed by a labyrinth item. The use of a magic tool at this magnitude would require a proportionally large amount of mana or magic stones. Perhaps the head of the leisure house is a great magic user. No, a family that holds land this large could employ said great magic user or buy a large amount of mana stones. Does a goal truly exist? It's starting to get worrying. The roses are numerous here. There's a big difference to the previous hedges. This is... Will you give up? No, I think I will try a little bit more, but is that not possible? The maze will resume momentarily. If you are to process, please continue past this point. If you are to take a break, would you like to rest here with me? I have prepared black tea and refreshments. Yes, I will accept. Come this way. It's been a while since I had tea time with a visitor. I was unaware that the events that unfolded today would be a catalyst to a new step in existential evolution. To be continued. Thank you for listening to chapter 25. I hope you liked it, and see you next time. Bye bye.